Part 11, getting back now to the series of Reb Chaim Shmulevitz's talks to his yeshiva 50 years ago in 1973 during the Yom Kippur War. One of the things he points out is that when Esther is showing some degree of resistance in following Mordechai's instructions, he says to her, Al tadabi benafshech limalet beit hamelech mikol hayudim. Don't think that you can escape in the king's palace mikol hayudim, from all the Jews. It's interesting, escape from the Jews. The Jews weren't threatening her, the Persians were threatening her, the Iranians were threatening her. Why does Mordechai say, if you think that you can escape from the Jews, you're wrong? Because the Jews will find their salvation elsewhere. It just won't be through you. Your choice is whether you want to be an instrument in the miracle or you want to be an observer of the miracle. You have an opportunity to be an instrument. Don't let that opportunity go. And Reb Chaim Shmuelevitz explains that he's cautioning her against insulating herself emotionally from the suffering of the Jewish people in that particular time in Persia. If you think that you can hide in the palace and not feel the hardships of the Jewish people, that's not the way it's meant to work. You need to be able to feel, you need to be able to empathize with what's happening among the nation. Just as Moshe had to go and live among the Jews in Egypt, although he had palatial rights, he was part of the royal family, but he went to talk to them, to be with them, to see them, so that he could feel in their pain. We've talked in an earlier episode in this series about the importance of feeling. It's not just praying, but it's actually feeling the pain and the suffering of those people who are in pain and suffering. In this case, the whole of the Jewish people, certainly the people in Israel, the soldiers and the army who are out on the battlefields, to actually feel their pain, not just to pray from a place of comfort and from a place of ease, but to pray from a place of pain and shared hardship. So Moshe walks among the people to feel their pain. And also we talked about the fact that Chaim Shmuelevitz explained that there were 2 lots of 1,000 people per tribe that went to war in the desert. The 1,000 went to war as soldiers to battle, and the other 1,000 went to war as mitpalalim, as people who would daven, people who would pray. But it's important, says Reb Chaim, to understand they had to go to war as well. They couldn't just stay in the yeshivas and daven there. They had to be on the battlefields with their fellow soldiers and pray from that state where they could be. And so he urges people not just to sit in the comfort of their homes or their yeshivas if they're people who are learning, but to actually become involved, to be engaged with the fighters, to be engaged with the soldiers, those who are defending our land, to support them, to help them, to be in conversation with them, to love them, respect them, and admire them, so that not only do they feel the benefit of this love and affection and admiration from all of us, but that we are able to pray from a place of empathy and identification, and not from a cold and dispassionate place of distant comfort. With that sense of intensity, that sense of empathy, our tefillot, our prayers, have much more power than they would otherwise have.